And then this next one has to do with Roth IRAs, which we all read about, we hear about, but it's still
Hmm.
very confusing to me. But and it seems like they've added a layer of complexity, but maybe within that complexity, there's some opportunity.
Yeah, so Roth IRAs, arguably one of the greatest financial tools ever created. Right? It's after-tax money. You're never taxed on the growth and the gain. You're never taxed when you pull it out. So good that the government said we're not going to let the people that actually benefit from it have it. So once you get over 130 grand roughly as a single tax filer and 180 as married tax filers, you can no longer contribute. There are some ways to actually contribute called backdoor Roth. There are certain employers who allow mega backdoor Roth, but there's still some limitations on those, 6 grand, 50 grand a year. It doesn't tend to move the needle a ton for our clients. Roth conversions, however, are exactly what they say. There's no limit. Traditionally, you convert the Roth, and if you're taking it from a pre-tax to a post-tax, you're going to have to pay the taxes when it happens. So that's under the old rules. If the example I give in the newsletter is, if you're a married household and you're filing and you earn under 250,000 last year, the effective tax rate's about 16.9. Under the old rules, it was about 23.09. So Roth conversions this year tend to be if someone wants to make that conversion, they tend to be a good time because that income tax rate is a bit lower. One of the provisions that used to be quite advantageous, but they actually took away, is called a do-over. If you converted and then you decided you didn't want to, you had until the end of the year to unconvert. That did go away. So you really have to look at all the different angles. But long story short, there's no limit to how much you can convert to after tax, but you have to pay the tax now. Over time, there's powerful mathematics behind it. It's the typical seed versus harvest mentality. If you've got a longer runway and can get your income tax by some unique strategies as low as it can possibly go, now might be a good time to lower that taxable income 5, 10, 20 years down the road.